0552 or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On sent you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
If you or someone you know is looking for a new job or career, you need to visit the pros. National Career Fairs at ncfairs.com. National Career Fairs hosts over 300 career fairs a year nationwide. The events are free and give you the perfect chance to meet some of the top employers in your area face-to-face. To find the nearest career fair to you, visit ncfairs.com. Again, that's ncfairs.com. What are you waiting for?
Carrying on or continuing on with Vets on Sports NFL free agencies. I can see pretty much everybody on Washington leaving. Pretty much. Colt McCoy gone. Hankerson gone. Santana Moss gone. Niles Paul. That's a good pickup.
What about Rackbo?
tight end.
Think he's going?
Yeah. Well, Arakpo's getting a little old. Getting a little old.
Someone will pay him.
You know,
Somebody's
I
gotta
like
pay
London
him.
Fletcher when they had him there, and I think they're doing the same thing with the Rackpo. He was
Yeah.
just steady. He didn't caught.
Yeah, I think he'll stay.
good guy, above average, wasn't great, got a decent salary. I think he'll be there for his career.
I like Roy Halu.
I do like Roy Halu.
He's a steady running
good.
back.
I like the combination of them too.
Yeah.
I don't think one would be
Halu
as
and
good
Morris?
without. Yeah, one would be as good without the other. It's kind of like Ahmad Bradshaw and what was his name for the Giants when they won the Super Bowl?
Oh, they had Bradshaw, they had
I don't remember
Jacobs,
that.
they had
Jacobs. It's like when you had those two, they were better with each other, and
Well,
when they went separate ways,
Wasn't
weren't
it-
as good.
wasn't it like Carolina where they had like Stewart and they had
They still
Joe-
have those two guys.
yeah, and like it's like you're kind of right. You said it good. Like one picks up where the other one kind of left off, or they know as a team or the two of them together. They're gonna put the output of one stud.
Is
back.
he hate me available?
It's what?
He hate me. All right, so come on, guys, picks.
Des Bryant,
I could see that. Where's he going?
Denver, if Peyton stays.
Joel.
You think they're not going to pay their receivers and get another receiver?
I think that Des Bryant will go for the ring and he'll have a better opportunity to team up with because if you can get Demaryius Thomas on one end and Des Bryant on the other, I'll forfeit the season right now.
I disagree with you. I don't think he gives a crap about a ring. I think he gives a crap.
Every player cares about a ring.
No,
Dan Marino's still trying to get back into the league so he can get a ring.
and that's Dan Marino.
All he got was
think
isotoners.
Some players just care about the money, and I think he just cares about the money. He wants to get the best deal, just like Sue. Sue wants the most money he can get.
Oh, I believe that.
He'd go play for
But no,
the
he's
London Wankers for enough money.
another team that we brought up a lot that has a lot of money
Cleveland.
and has a young, good quarterback
Oh, well, not Cleveland.
is the Raiders.
Oakland.
They do. And I could see that. I could see it. The red and black or the black and silver.
Or
is
they
back.
can just pay. They'll pay Dez and they'll pay their running back and all. will be
imagine
good
if
very well.
imagine if the Raiders got Sue, Lynch, and Des Bryant. That would be an
No.
AFC championship team.
That's
No, because their defense still sucks.
Their defense is good. Look it up.
Joel. What's your pick?
Mine would be I'm kind of torn between DeMarco Murray and Marshawn Lynch because I do think the Seahawks will cut Lynch.
Do you think?
And I think one of them will land in Indianapolis.
Ooh, that's a good call.
Maybe even Ray Rice will land in Indy. I mean,
They
Indy
do-
does
they-
a pretty good job on the PR thing. I mean, where they kind of
Yeah, he's going to have to go to a team that's like a good old boy team.
yeah.
Murray or Lynch?
Rice.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Actually,
I
both
think
of them.
I think
But I
Well,
think-
Murray's good. I think Murray's staying in Dallas. I think he's staying because if they don't pay Dez, they will pay Murray. The only reason that offense really, I mean, Romo had a hell of a season last year. Don't get me wrong, but that's because the defense had to cover for Murray.
And they had
he was on the field.
I also wouldn't be surprised if Adrian Peterson lands in Dallas.
I could totally see. Although they've said they've won him back.
Well, yeah, the Vikings have said that, but even Greg Jennings was also saying that they want him
Greg
back.
Jennings needs to shut his mouth and get on his white horse into the sunset. That guy's career has been over for 2 years.
Well, it's a good thing you sent me to that event to cover and not you, Aaron, because you would have had the chance to punch him.
Was Chris Carter there?
No, but Jennings was. His wife actually started one of the foundations that was there. But
look, I'm all for charity work, but the guy hasn't done a lot.
Passing yards 16th, rushing yards 22nd.
Who?
Raiders.
I'm talking about their defense.
Well,
That is their defense.
Aaron, what's your
That's
pick?
allowed.
What did you say? 14th and 16th?
16th and 22nd.
So there's work to be
Bottom
done.
half.
I don't know.
Bottom
16th is right in the middle.
Bottom half.
It's right in the middle.
I got dibs on top.
I got tips on top, Punk. All right.
Well, then,
I
Aaron,
like-
who's your pick?
But they're nowhere near as good as you said they were.
I like Joel's pick. Or I just wanted to say I on Murray. I don't know if he's a number one running back. I just don't know that.
You don't know if DeMarco Murray is the number one running back.
I think that
Bend over,
line,
I'll show you.
I think that
What?
line did a lot of that. They had the number one line in the league last year.
Anybody with a line is a number one running back.
Exactly. That's my point. You could put somebody else back there
No,
and they
you
would do
can't.
just as
I mean,
good.
he's still pretty good. He's still really good.
Plus, when he's not in a contract year, he's an injury risk.
What?
He always gets hurt. Even this year, he broke his hand, but because he has money to play for, he got a cast on it and finished.
But he finished.
I don't know if he would do that if it wasn't a contract year.
I always.
But you don't know that he would or would not.
I wouldn't put him as my number one back if I'm making the signing. So
I can't wait to have him on the show. Aaron says you're a pussy.
I say your line got you
Your
a lot of
comments?
those yards, sir.
Sir.
I would be cordial. I'm not gonna
Don't
cuss
kill
him
me.
out.
Don't kill me.
Chris Carter, maybe.
Wow. Get off Chris Carter, dude.
I don't like Chris Carter, and Brent doesn't like Johnny Manziel. Who do you hate? It's a hate round table.
Yeah, but my guy's got the
Freaking
most.
haterade,
But
bro.
my
I
guy's
don't
got the
really
most
hate
punchable
anybody
face.
anymore. Now that the Bears have come out and even Jay Cutler's admitted that he pretty much sucked it up. I don't really hate anybody anymore.
You still hate him.
No, not really.
Anyway, Joel, good pick. Brent,
Thank
who's
you.
your pick?
I see Ray Rice going to the Raiders.
You do.
I know.
I
You guys
certainly
are-
wouldn't care.
Well, no. I know that Jay was mentioned. It needs to go to a good boy team.
Just a
However,
good old
I think
boy.
with his situation, the Raiders need. I mean, they still have McFadden. I think back there, but
Nope.
No.
Him and
Okay, so they're out?
MJD are free
Okay.
agents. So they
Okay.
have no running.
So
They have
the-
Streeter, but he's
I could see making the double, like with Lynch going there and Rice going there with the 1-2 combo. They're both seasoned, veterans back there. But I think with regards to that team, I think the crowd is not going to care who's on the field. They want wins. So that's why I think that team at this point would be like, we'll trade the bad boy image. We already got that going. We want wins.
By the way,
I won't
Baltimore,
win
by the
this.
way, speaking of Ray Rice, Justin Forsett is a free agent this year.
Yeesh.
Huh?
Justin Forsett, their leading rusher from last year, is a free agent this year. Dude, we can barely hear that. Hey, that's
so
But
point.
it's the subtle silence.
It's
of
a
it.
good old boy.
so yeah. McFadden's going to wind up somewhere.
Of course he's going
He's
to.
a
yeah,
big back.
Yeah, but he's an
a good
injury
back.
risk. He can't be a number one guy. He could go
Okay.
across the bay and come in and pound for Gore a couple times, and I think he'd do just fine.
But
But I don't
in
think
time
he's
last
number
year, he ran for
He just
almost
ran.
550 yards split in time.
Contract year, and he still got hurt.
Everything's contract. That's the only reason why he played. It's contract year.
It's contract year.
It's the only
Had
reason.
nothing to do with his normal size hands. It was
Right.
contract year.
How long's he been in the league? 7 years. So
And he's been injured
averaging-
every year.
And even with that, he's averaging almost.
See?
700
He's
yards a
consistent.
year.
He's consistent.
700? It's nothing nowadays.
Well, because he's been injured though, which means when he's on the field, but when he's on the field,
Exactly
he runs
my
good.
point. I can't count on him. I don't know when he's going to get hurt. I just know he's going to get hurt at some point.
The one
I gotta
thing you
shoot him
can't
all
say
thing.
about McFadden is he's never been in trouble.
The one thing I can say about him is his last name's McFadden.
What?
It's a certainty.
That's Aaron over there on the analytics.
Oh my god. Moving on.
Brent, what'd you say? Who'd you say was your pick? Ray Rice.
I've got Ray Rice going to the Raiders and also Lynch going there.
No, you only get one.
Well, I went up just so there.
I said Lynch. I think he's going to be a Raider. He's from Oakland. He wants to play there.
The Raiders are
they
looking at
need a
Amari
back.
Cooper too.
And he would change their style. Put him in Carr, and that defense can play right where they are right now, and they'll be just fine.
No, they won't.
They'll be just fine. I didn't say they're going to win a Super Bowl.
They're not going to be fine because
They haven't
they're
made
not
the
good. They're
They
not
haven't
good
made the
enough to beat
playoffs
Kansas
since
City.
20 years.
But look, they're not good enough right now. Even with them, they still won't be good enough to beat Kansas City.
You're out of your
They're
mind.
not going to be good enough to beat Denver, and they're not going to be good enough to beat San Diego.
Denver's going to take a step back with or without Manning because they're going to lose.
The
at least
Raiders
one or
are
two of
still
those.
going to be fourth place next year
No.
in the AFC West.
No way.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
So who's going to be in last place next year in the AFC West?
Chargers or the Chiefs?
God, why do I argue with a hockey guy about football?
Why do we have driving driveways and parking?
He's got big
I
head,
still-
tiny hands.
Carr's hands are just fine.
You would know.
I'd have to check the
Awkward.
memories from the combine. Come on, JD. What's your pick? Come on,
He- he had-
Justin.
he
get
said-
off the
he
fence.
said- Didn't you already pick?
Yeah, I already picked.
Yeah.
I picked Des Bryant
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's a good one. Forgot about that.
because they're going to re-sign Murray.
I could see that.
Tony Romo can throw to anybody. As long as they have a good running game, they can have okay receivers. They're still if they release Des Bryant, they'll be able to pick up a guy that'll cost half as much.
I think Des Bryant is one of the top two receivers in the game, though.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's just the
I-
Cowboys are in a bad spot. They got to pay one or the other. They
Yeah.
can't pay them both.
Well, and that's because you paid Romo all that money.
But he was worth it.
I mean, I'm a Romo guy. I think he's a legit starting quarterback, and you have to pay your quarterback. It's just the way
Now,
the
wait a
league
minute.
works.
Let me back up. I don't think any quarterback right now is worth a $100 million contract.
Well, nobody is. I mean, but
Sorry.
that's the nature
I
of the
think
game.
that's just being scared of the fact that, down the road he might want to leave. So we got to just sign a big ass contract now.
I heard you were a big Northern Illinois fan. Is that
No.
not true?
No, that is not even correct. I don't even know where Northern Illinois is. That's how
I
much
heard-
I
I
feel.
think
It's
it's
in,
in
north,
Nor-
it's in the north part of
I think it's in Alaska.
It's the
somewhere.
upper
know.
part of Illinois, the state. It's by
But
Abraham Lincoln's
I think
house.
it's just past Alaska where nobody gives a. Never mind.
Yeah, I like Alaska.
I didn't. I like it during the summertime.
I was there in May. So
Yeah, see that those are good times when you come out of the club at 2 a.m. and the sun's still up. That's great. During the wintertime when the sun never comes up, those times kind of suck.
when in Rome.
that doesn't apply here.
No, it doesn't apply here.
I said it perfectly.
So Mariota to the Jets means Geno Smith is a backup.
He should be. Shouldn't he be on like a practice squad?
Let me see here.
So let's
Hold
talk
up.
some of these arrests this week, and then we can close a book on NFL.
Really? Because we still got like an hour and a half time.
Yeah, we got lots of other stuff.
Okay,
I mean-
you said it.
Now we can always come back. We can always circle back.
All right. Well, let's go then with the arrest, Aaron. You were mentioning that you were the one that told me
Well,
that.
Super Bowl is Sunday, and then guys are getting arrested Monday.
Actually, one of
They
them was
waited a
arrested
full day out of
Sunday night.
respect, and for the super
Well,
big
Sap-
game. So clean it up.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm here. Okay. So what was DeQuell Jackson? What happened to him?
He punched a pizza guy. Why? I don't
He's the
know.
one that punched the Oh,
Yeah. Why I don't know. Why no one knows. I don't know if the guy was over 30 minutes there or
Well, I never said never pay full price for
30
late
minutes or
pizza.
less, or you can kick our ass.
Maybe,
It's just-
maybe the crust was deflated.
maybe he ordered.
Ah.
Boo. Boo.
Okay, so he got arrested. I mean, was he did he get fined anything?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Sure he will. I mean, you can't just punch pizza guys.
That's not I mean, Goodell hasn't changed the rules or allowed that
I
to
don't
happen
know.
yet.
Goodell's kind of a wuss now. You might be able to.
Okay, so and what
The other one, Randall.
Yeah.
Cowboys backup running back.
now, you were saying
arrested
this was a
for
repeated offense for
Shoplifting?
shoplifting again, which he got arrested mid-season when he had his chance to take over for Murray that week.
that's
he got
right.
arrested.
That's right.
And then marijuana possession, which was thrown out, and they're investigating domestic violence too.
Now, is the domestic violence a second offense?
I think it's a first offense for him. But either way, right now with the way the league is, it's bad.
So he's going to get the 5 or was it the 6th game?
I think the guy's not coming back. I mean, he's not Ray Rice caliber, and Ray Rice caliber isn't that great either. So, but I think Ray Rice will get another chance. I just don't think Randall will.
So then, okay. Then we had what was it? Latroy
Guyan, Packers defensive tackle, arrested in Florida, had some 400 grams of marijuana or so.
Okay, so he's going to get
$190,000 in cash and a gun.
So he was going to get a little baked.
The good thing is he was like, the gun is mine, but the marijuana and the cash, that's not mine.
I just found a car.
That's my friend's, man. You got to check with him over here.
So what started? I mean, so he arrested.
Obviously, look at the amounts. It's probably distribution. I don't know. Allegedly, we'll speculate that there's. Well, you have that much.
I'm going to speculate that it's just for recreation, just for a little pinch here and there.
But it's just knuckleheaded things. The minute the season's over, you got these knuckleheads, right?
Well, hell, there are people doing that kind of crap during the season, getting speeding.
No, usually you don't see as much during the season.
This reminds me of a story I read about the 72 Dolphins. There were 2 of them that got caught literally.
Your favorite guy, Mercury Morris?
Cocaine to the cops.
Oh,
that's your guy you hate right there, Mercury Morris.
Well, no, because I hate a lot of people at his level. I'm just talking about current athletes. But yeah, how stupid can you be, man? I mean, seriously.
That was funny is they did a football life on the NFL Network about they had him, Zabisco, and the other running back. I'm blanking on his name, but the 3-headed monster they had there. And he was like, I didn't do it. He's still proclaiming the defense even after he served 3 years in jail.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, he even looks like a crackhead.
So then,
looks like a crackhead.
Now we already know about Josh Gordon already being suspended. Like that's not.
We
really,
talked about that last week.
Yeah.
He's gone for the year. It's already confirmed.
Good.
Maybe never coming back.
Good. Give the jersey to somebody who can use it.
What's sad is he played 14 games 2 years ago, and he led the league in receiving. He's got a lot of talent.
And over the last I think that was 3 seasons ago, wasn't it? Because over the last 2 seasons, I've heard he's only played
last season he played 6 games, and then the one before that he played
5, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, the last one before that was his last full season. Then he got popped in the offseason. And the thing with the drug test is it's not quote unquote random. It's not like, hey, by the way, we're gonna do it's like, hey, heads up. Next week we might be doing a drug test.
Yeah, you're damn right they give him a heads up.
You might not want to drink anything or smoke anything. Wink, wink. Oh, by the way, it's 2 days later. We need that drug test. So they know.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I put something in your locker room. It'll cleanse your system out. Go ahead and drink that real quick.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys heard about the Rodgers blaming the field at Tampa Bay?
I haven't heard a lot about that one.
Well, basically what he was indicating, and now the Buccaneers have actually gone ahead and responded to them denying anything that he's saying. But what Rodgers is attesting to is that he blames the field conditions. Basically, he was saying that's a field, and this I don't really know because I don't follow the Buccaneers as much as you do, Aaron. But I guess that field.
Follow Josh McCown,
and he plays on that field. Apparently, that field is used for other events than just football. So I don't know if there's other high school games, college games, or whatever. I don't know.
Is it grass or turf?
It's grass. So what he was saying is on fields that are played on and tore up frequently, they have to lay more sod. And so what that does is what he's stating is with the weather conditions and the fact that how that's being played, it makes certain spots of the field uneven and some spots harder than others. Okay. So he's attesting with the uneven part of the field with him either having to scramble around in the pocket. He's saying that kind of contributed to his being injured. He's like, the 3 times I've played in that stadium, I've been injured. Now, I mean, again, that's just his claim. I'm not sure if you're trying to say, hey, over the last 3 years, this is every single time I get injured there. And he actually even said in a quote, they need to look into this. But he went out and basically blamed the field conditions for him getting injured.
I get the Bears field being awful. It's an old field. It's a grass field in a place with a lot of weather issues. Do I think the Bears need to get field turf? Yes.
But it's the Buccaneers.
Yes, I do. The Buccaneers, there's lots of sun.
It's outside.
Unless you're going to get hit by a hurricane, you're probably not going to have a lot of terrible field conditions, maybe some rain. To me, Aaron Rodgers is getting to be very unlikable. He just seems to mouth off a lot. And then I'm getting tired of it. Relax. The fielder turned my leg. I think I'm the MVP. I'm the greatest quarterback in the game, but I only have one ring, barely. He says a lot of things that are very too much.
Don't know where he's going with this.
I just think he's getting to be very unlikable with the things he's saying. Do I think the injury?
He told the fans to relax, and you don't like that.
He even spelt it for him too.
Didn't they? After that, didn't they like go on like a 6-game winning streak?
Yeah.
I didn't say he doesn't talk and back it up. I just think he talks too much.
Because he said relax.
Yeah, he's like, look at my girlfriend. It's Olivia Munn.
Yeah,
she's not
think I've ever heard
me.
him say that.
She's not ruining me like Kate Upton or Rihanna to Matt Kemp.
I don't recall.
I remember that one. That was in an interview.
I don't remember him saying any of that either.
I want to like him. We're both Aarons, but he's getting very unlikable.
Wow.
That's
everything that he doesn't like. Rodgers saying. Rodgers never said.
He said that relax.
He did say relax. What the hell's wrong with that? Telling your fans to relax.
They pay your salary. Be nice to him.
Seems like a nice guy.
Relax. It was what, 4 games into the season?
It's like a 1994 wrestling promotion. All the people in Cleveland here suck. Boo.
I don't think it came off like that either. What the hell is wrong with you today,
I just think he mouths off way too much. He's getting there.
We need to get Adam in here to defend his quarterback.
I don't hate him. I just think he mouths off too much. It was
week 4, and everybody was saying Green Bay was done.
Relax.
And he came out and said, look, just relax. RELAX.
Relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
I thought that was great.
Relax.
Because they were saying the same shit about the Patriots, too. And they were saying the same stuff. Yeah. First off, that's awesome.
Hey, Rodgers.
I love the one with the English guy.
Dude, that one is classic.
He spells Rodgers WROGGERS.
I like that guy better than Aaron Rodgers.
He said relax too.
Yeah, but he didn't say it so smug.
What?
Anyway, last NFL thoughts before we go to break.
Well, Aaron just hates people.
I don't hate him. I just think he bounced off too much.
Adrian Pearson was coming out saying that he had a fair hearing because apparently he's going to be on. I think it's April 15th. He can actually appeal for reinstatement.
Outstanding.
Another guy. Close it until you're back in the league.
What?
Close your mouth.
Anything.
He said, I got a fair hearing.
Oh my God. Really?
Just be like, I'd really like
the
opportunity
came out of the
to
courthouse. He had 50 reporters charge at him. And he said, you know what? I think it came out okay. I think I got a fair hearing. And that's too much for you.
I really hope to be back in the NFL at some point, and I hope the justice system will prevail. Thank you. No
wow, that's horrible.
That wouldn't make Sports Center.
Say nothing.
I'm just here so I don't
get makes you look guilty.
I just showed up to court so I wouldn't get fined.
There you go.
Wow.
Say nothing.
What the hell?
Hey, it's your producer. Don't look at me.
Oh my God, dude. Well, he hasn't taught you how to do it yet.
Yeah. I've tried.
Moving on.
What else do we got?
We got a lot of good quarterbacks coming out in the draft this year. I'm just saying. I mean, if you look at it, Jameis Winston, Blake Sims, Bryce Petty, that's Alabama, Bama, Nick Marshall, Auburn, Marcus Mariota, Oregon, obviously, Brett Hundley, UCLA, Connor Halliday, who I believe is going to be the best out of that group.
Now, is that the one from Washington State?
That is Washington State.
That guy's got a cannon.
He is a true pocket passer, and I think he'll be the most successful in the league. They also have Anthony Boone from Duke, who's a big guy. He's a bruiser, but not really as much fame as the others. Shane Carden as well from East Carolina. He can throw the ball around pretty good. But I think Connor Halliday will be the best quarterback drafted. He'll probably get drafted in like the 3rd round. He won't be the most popular pick, but he is solid. So that's who I believe is going to be the best pick for for quarterback. So time to take a break. Time to take a break. Let's go ahead and take another break. We'll be back with more of Aaron hating on everybody.
So everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in their life. I'm no different. Hey, everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help, so I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Capstrom Law Firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients throughout the state in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years practicing law, Tom Capstrom understands both law and court procedures and how stressful they can be. Let Tom Capstrom Law Firm and his dedicated staff take the stress and worry out of a difficult situation by calling him today. We feel so strong about the work that Tom and his staff are doing that he'll be a monthly guest on the show. Tom is a veteran and a listener, for God's sake, so you know the guy is solid and will fight for you. Give Tom a call today by calling 417-864-0552 or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On sent you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
Breaker, 19. How about that bandit? You got some ears on, son?
Have you ever wanted to be a truck driver? If so, pay attention. If not, pay attention anyway. Southwest Truck Driver Training offers everything you need to get started. You can get hired before you begin training. They've got GI Bill approved training facilities, day, night, or weekend programs to fit your busy schedule. If you have any questions, no sweat. They've got veteran supportive campuses with veterans on staff to serve you. And on top of that, they have lifetime job placement assistance. Put the pedal to the metal. Call Southwest Truck Driver Training today.
If you or someone you know is looking for a new job or career, you need to visit the pros. National Career Fairs at ncfairs.com. National Career Fairs hosts over 300 career fairs a year nationwide. The events are free and give you the perfect chance to meet some of the top employers in your area face-to-face. To find the nearest career fair to you, visit ncfairs.com. Again, that's ncfairs.com. What are you waiting for?
Would you like to own a thriving business and help employ local veterans? The Vetraplex Handyman Construction and Landscape business is the opportunity you've been waiting for. The Vetraplex is your gateway to an affordable startup business with 0% financing for qualifying owners. By owning a Vetraplex franchise, you will be hiring veterans, providing them both income and opportunity, while at the same time providing your customers a way to say, thank you for your service to our nation's veterans. For more information, visit vetraplex.org. Again, that's vetraplex.org or call 928-284-2022.
Dude, Benson Henderson just got done with a fight, and he's fighting again on the 14th.
Yeah, I mean, he just fought Donald Cerrone.
And now he's taking on Thatch.
Yep. And Henderson's actually moving up a weight class to fight this.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't take a whole lot of damage in his last fight, so I can understand like why he did it.
Well, he basically fought his best friend. I mean,
yeah, and he got hosed in the decision. But
yeah, against Cerrone.
Yeah, which I like. I like Cowboy, and he's a good fighter. But yeah, I mean, he took that fight on 15 days rest, and
now,
so
Thatch is 11-1, and he's what 10 in a row.
Yeah, and he's a knockout guy.
What's your thoughts on this fight? Does Benson take him?
No, I don't think so. I really like Benson Henderson, and I do.
So do I. He's a
but
local guy.
moving up a weight class to welterweight against a top powerful guy,
Mhm.
I think Henderson is going to lose.
And this one's taking place in Boston.
Yeah. Is it?
No,
it's in
The
Colorado.
last one was in Boston. This one's in Colorado.
Yeah, this one's in Colorado. It is actually not going to be a bad card. Max Holloway's fighting, and he's a fun fighter to watch. He's fast. He's really, really powerful in the bantamweight. And Cole Miller, he's got some power too. He's also a submission guy as well too. So, and then Neo Magny's fighting, and he's an up and comer. Something different to watch out for.
It's Thatch is the guy who's the niece of the nephew of the person we work with. It is Thatch. I just looked and saw his picture. So
yeah, and I mean Benson Henderson's pissed. He's really mad. He's lost 2 in a row. So I could see him pulling off.
First time, right?
Yeah.
First time losing 2 in a row.
Yep. And so I can understand why he took this class, because he's wanted to move up. He's not going to stay up there in this division. So he just did this to save a main event. But I mean, Thatch has a 73% knockout rate. So it's like he knows where to hit it. And
what makes that so good? What's his good stuff?
It's his power. It's his striking. He's definitely more of a striker than he is as far as a grappler and wrestler. They're calling him a calculated striker is what it is. So he knows the exact buttons to push on the chin in order for him to get the knockout. Usually it's his jab that will knock him out, which is pretty damn impressive to knock him out with just a little bit of a jab. And comes up with an overhand right that'll hit in the back of the ear and knock out the equilibrium, and then just hit a left hook or a right hook and just knock him out. He's a fun fighter to watch. I mean, Benson Henderson's a great fighter to watch. I mean, just the stuff that he pulls off with his flying submissions and everything. He's definitely has an advantage as far as experience goes. But him just moving up a weight class on short notice.
Well, here's the thing on that. He's 2-3 in his last 5. Do you think he just took it I got to get back in the ring. I got to win a fight.
Yeah.
And he's lost 2 in a row, 2-3 in his last 5. So you think that is probably his primary reason to say, look, I got to get a win under me. I don't care who I have to fight.
Yeah, I think it's one of his reasons. Plus, he's wanted to move up into the welterweight division and fight a welterweight for a long time. And then all of a sudden, Joe Silva and Dana White go, okay, well, here you go. You can fight this.
They're saying right now for the power rankings for the lightweight is Pettis.
Oh, yeah, he's a champion.
And then, but you got undefeated Eve. I can't even pronounce his last name.
Nurmagomedov.
The Russian.
Yeah, Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, 22-0.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see those two go at it.
Well, what's probably going to happen is whoever wins this fight, let's say Dos Anjos, because they're fighting, Dos Anjos and Pettis are fighting at UFC 185. And then I imagine what will happen in this division is Donald Cerrone is probably going to fight Nurmagomedov to get the champion. To get the new
Do you think he can beat the Russian?
I don't know.
Down the Russian.
I really don't know. That's so equal there. Because Cerrone's on a hot streak right now.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's won, I think, his last 8 or 9 fights in a row. But Nurmagomedov is undefeated. But Cerrone's really tall for a lightweight.
Right. And they're saying that match is going to happen. They just don't know when.
Yeah.
Nurmagomedov, him.
Yeah.
He's got a torn meniscus.
Yeah, he's been out for a while.
But that's one hell of a fight to come back from when you're injured.
Yep. And that's what you get when you're number 2 ranked.
22-0. I mean, right now in the top 10, he's the only person that has not lost a fight.
Yeah. This lightweight division is stacked.
It is.
I mean, yeah, you have Edson Barboza, who's number 6, and he's a very exciting fighter. Knockout, head kicks, and he had probably the most gruesome knockout I've ever seen.
Now, who's the only undefeated person in the top 10 for welterweight?
That would
without looking, can you say it?
No.
I couldn't either. I had to look. Askren, Ben Askren.
Yeah.
USA fighter. Man. I like seeing USA fighters on top.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, me too.
I think it really helps the brand.
Absolutely. I mean, you have a lot of USA fighters like Demetrius Johnson, TJ Dillashaw. I mean, I think USA is so much more advanced than Brazil, for example. Like Jose Aldo is probably really the only good one to come out of Brazil. And I mean, Renan Barão too, when he was a champion. But yeah, I mean,
Belfort.
USA, Vitor Belfort, but he's going to be fighting Chris Weidman here for the championship. And Weidman is
Weidman's
from Texas
undefeated too.
Yep.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, they were saying that Weidman would face Silva until Silva got caught cheating.
Yeah. But there's no record of where he started at. Light heavyweight, John Jones. John Jones is, to me, he's the best in any weight class. Is John Jones?
Yeah, I think he's got the handful coming up in his next fight, facing Anthony Johnson. I think Johnson can get him. I do. I think Johnson's going to knock him out.
He's got a lot of power.
Yeah, I mean he's the only person to knock out Alexander Gustafsson by strikes. He's fast for a light heavyweight, and he's got so much power. He's probably the most powerful person in that division.
Though.
Yeah, but that was also back when he was fighting in welterweight. And then all of a sudden he moved up to light heavyweight, and he's just taking over that division right now.
Right.
It's really between him and John Jones right now.
Do we have any fights tonight?
No fights tonight. The next one is is next week. It's Henderson versus Thatch, and that's a main highlight. And then you have one the week after. Heavyweights on the card.
Yeah. Is that the one Verdum's fighting in, or
no? Verdum's a champion, so the next time that he's coming back will be when Cain Velasquez is ready from injury, and those two will fight for the belt.
Okay. That's gonna be one hell of a fight. I'll take Velasquez over that one though.
Yeah, me too. Cain is in a league of their own. I mean, in that one, he's a stud. The 185 card or the 184 card, it was supposed to be the Weidman Belfort Championship, but now Weidman got hurt, and now it's Rousey versus Ngannou. The card's now going to be kind of weak. It's one where you could probably skip it and not really miss a whole lot.
One of the classes that I don't think gets enough attention that I think is packed with talent is the bantamweight.
Yeah, the bantamweight's good.
There's a lot of talent. You got
what's the weight? What's the pounds on that?
145.
Yeah.
Dillashaw's a good champ. And then you have Renan Barão, who's he hadn't lost a fight in 9 years until Dillashaw beat him last year. So Barão is. He's powerful. He has the submissions. He has these kicks that come out of nowhere.
Right.
And
Cruz, now he's only got like one win in forever.
Yeah, because he's been hurt.
Right.
He tore his ACL 3 years ago, and then in training he tore his other ACL. And so he's out another year and a half. Came back and he finished Takanori Gomi in his last fight. I want to say that was him. And that was in 45 seconds is when he stopped him. And then in training, because now he's going to get a shot at the belt because he never really lost his championship. He had to forfeit it because he was hurt all the time. So he was training to get in fight TJ Dillashaw and tore another ACL. So
it was Takaya Mizugaki.
Yeah, Mizugaki.
ACL isn't anything. It's not easy to come back regardless of how you tear it. And something like MMA, that's almost as bad as like a running back tearing it or like a pitcher having Tommy John.
Yeah.
Silva who broke his leg. He just came back.
Yeah.
So
and Silva, he was really hesitant with his kicks, I thought, in the last fight against Diaz.
He still won.
Yeah, he still won. He did win the fight overall, but some of the scores on the judges was a little off. I thought he won 3 rounds to 2.
Now, there's been some drug issues.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Yep. 3 in the past week.
We're not quite at NFL stage yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
We are. We're UFC needs to start doing something now.
So what this one of them came from the card last week, right?
Two
of them.
So Anderson Silva was caught with tested positive for 2 anabolic steroids, and Nick Diaz was caught with 3 times the illegal amount of marijuana in his system. And Diaz has said that he is a medicinal marijuana user, but having it 3 times is against the Nevada State Athletic Commission, which is where they fought. And so,
I understand about being properly medicated, but yeah, three times. That's just stoned out of your gourd.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even John Jones didn't have that.
He was in
much.
a lot of pain.
Yeah,
but didn't even know he had the pain, man.
But UFC has a problem because I mean, even another fighter tested positive here this week. Who
for marijuana
fighting? No, he tested positive for steroids. John Fitch.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And so he was suspended from the fight. UFC's got a problem. They're starting to become baseball as far as the steroid goes.
Yeah, Bellator's loving this stuff.
Yeah, Bellator is they are.
So
really
is there anything?
it.
Because I'm just asking because I honestly don't know. If you have something like where you had fighters that tested positive, or if you have one that doesn't, is there anything where like if you don't meet the weigh-in, the other person gets a piece of your purse? Is there anything like that where like, well, you tested positive for this, so I get a part of your?
No, it's a couple months suspension.
It is something like, okay.
What they're thinking about doing, since both fighters and the Silva Diaz fight, since they both tested positive for steroids, then they're about to claim it a no contest.
Really?
Meaning they're taking the win off of Diaz's record or off of Silva's record, and the loss off of Diaz, and then putting it into a no contest. Wow. No contest, some weird shit has to happen. You get like this, or a poke in the eye that tears a tear duct or whatever that makes it where the fighter can't continue. But it's a problem and I think that Dana White and the state athletic commissions and all the states that they're fighting with need to have a come to Jesus meeting and say, okay, and come up with more harsher punishment than just 6 months than where they're at. Because the fighters got to stop. We're coming back from where guys like BJ Penn fought, Diego Sanchez fought, where there was really no issue with steroids in there. But now we're starting to get into more and more where there's guys being tested positive and it's
but these tests aren't done are they done like the day before the weigh-in, or are they done 2 to 3 weeks prior? Is there a set standard of this is the day we have like the announcement, this is the day we have the weigh-in, this is the day we do the drug test?
Yeah, usually they do about 3 drug tests before the fight.
The day of?
No,
okay.
before
just
like
prior,
about a week.
Prior, okay.
I think the final weigh-in or the final test is about a week before the fight.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, the states, the athletic commissions of the states, they hold on to the results. Okay. And then the weigh-ins, and then the fight, and then the release of the results to the UFC, which is really weird. I think that they need to do it.
What's the point of holding on to the results? I mean, wouldn't you want to know right then and there this person to give more time to find a filler if someone needs to be?
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea why they're doing it. I have just kind of like where it's weighing in before the fight, and then you could balloon up to about 15 pounds heavier than at the weigh-in. But I really do think that we are going to start seeing more suspensions because this sport's really, really becoming more and more popular now. I mean, more and more fans, more and more people are buying it. The UFC is in the best state it's ever been at right now.
Well, I can remember when I was in college and when it was, when some of the people that we talk about that are kind of getting a little bit older were just entering remember when the Gracies were constant. I mean, I can remember at that point I thought it was big then.
Yeah.
And just probably within at least the last, I'd say at least 10 years.
Yeah. Even if you're looking since the December pay-per-view, the one with Hendricks Lawler 2, the pay-per-view buys have gone up every single payper-view, and it's incredible as far as, I mean, bars are making extreme amount of money on this. I mean, this is where they are.
My brother used it when he was when he was a general manager at a restaurant. They're like, I know it's going to cost a little bit to put the fight to pay for the covers and the pay-per-views, but once they did that, people were going to be like, I don't have to pay for a cover.
Yeah,
it brought in people. I can remember I was actually going there with friends from the other place I worked at, and like 4 or 5 of us, Lance was going with us, and we would go right to my brother's restaurant because they covered the fight and they weren't charging.
Yep.
it got packed. You had to get there an hour before the fight to get a seat.
Yeah, my spot. You have to get in there 2 hours. The start of the
sounds about right. Yeah,
and then it's packed by the time the pay-per-view starts. Standing room, standing room only. And I mean that it's a big place. I don't want to say the name of it, but
enough like you sit ringside. So anyway,
yeah, and so I mean even the fight nights. I mean they're shattering their records that they set the week before. The last the last fight between Gustafsson and Johnson obviously was a big draw, and the one before that was Conor McGregor fighting, who's really, really popular right now. And it shattered it by about almost 2 million views on that. So, wow. I mean, this sport's really become popular, but the steroids are really keeping it from becoming very, very mainstream. So, UFC is I think they're going to be doing something here come summertime regarding the steroids as far as more steeper suspensions, but they got to get approved by the athletic commissions in the state, which I don't think they're going to have any problem with.
Right on. All right, then. So, your pick again, Henderson. Let's go over the card.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go over the card.
We have Henderson versus Thatch, which is the main event.
And you're thinking Henderson's going to lose?
I am. I do think Henderson's going to lose.
It's
so hard.
Man.
I know it is so hard to pick against him.
But he's moving up.
Yeah, he is moving up weight class as well as fighting about a month ago. And against Cerrone, but Henderson's shown that he is very resilient. He wants to take these fights on short notice. He doesn't like the long layoffs. So, but moving up a weight class on a month notice is pretty tough. But he jumped at that chance and he's ready. It's hard really rooting for him. He's a great dude, great personality, and he's from here too.
Right.
He trains out in Glendale. I've met the guy personally. He's awesome. Yeah, he's a really cool dude.
Very heavy into his face too.
Yeah. Yep. And so I really find it hard to root against him, but Thatch is just so much power. And it seems lately that Henderson's been trying to win around more than
so if Henderson is let's say Henderson wins, how does he do it?
Submission.
It has to be a submission.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be an armbar or a choke. Because if he can get Thatch down, I mean, Henderson can really do like a lot of good ground and pound, soften him up, sink in and that could force Thatch to roll over and give up the back.
How is Thatch as far as defense goes?
His takedown defense is at 69%. I mean, that's pretty good. Could be a little bit higher. He does land the takedowns.
I wonder if we can get him on the show.
That'd be great.
I'm working on Thatch actually.
I don't care about that.
I mean, a lot of people, Henderson.
Yeah.
I mean,
him in the studio, man.
I know that a lot of them have the contact information. So there you go.
Yeah.
And even like some veterans are MMA fighters, some big ones. So, something to think about, I guess.
Yeah.
But
start reaching out more to some of the local athletes,
the guys that train here.
Yeah.
There's a huge gym called the Lab out in Glendale.
The Lab.
Yep. And a lot of big name fighters fight out of there.
Aaron, is that where you train? No. Okay.
Like Ryan Bader fights out of there.
I train over at UFC gym on Greenway.
Yeah. All righty then.
Max Holloway's fighting Cole Miller. I'm taking Holloway in this fight.
Okay.
Holloway's just so strong, and much stronger than Miller. Then we have Neil Magny versus Kichi Kunamoto in the welterweight division. Magny's really good. He's not ranked because that welterweight division is really stacked. But he could be after this fight. I have him because his reach is outstanding for a welterweight. He's tall. He's much taller than Kunimoto. Next one, Dan Kelly versus Patrick Walsh. Big in Dan Kelly. Patrick Walsh was in the Ultimate Fighter in season 19, and he's not very good. So I don't know why he's getting this. And we have Michael Prazeres versus Kevin Lee. I'm going on Prazeres just because he has more fights under his belt. Yeah, he has 19 fights versus 10. And he has a little bit more power than Lee. that fight I think is going to be kind of boring, my own personal opinion. Then you have Chris Kalaitis versus Ray Borg. This is in the featherweight division, the one where Demetrius Johnson is a champ.
Right.
Kalaitis is good. I think he'll win. He has a extreme amount of power for a featherweight. He has a 25% knockout rate. He's pretty good at defending the ground. He's already fought Demetrius Johnson, and obviously he's lost, but he does have that experience in there. So he's fought in big fights before. So that's the main card. The main draw definitely is going to be Henderson versus Thatch, just because Henderson's really popular and Thatch is coming up the ranking. So that's going to be a pretty good fight. And then you have heavyweights on the next fight night right after that. So 3 weeks you got heavyweights. You got Frank Mir fighting, coming back after I think a year, versus Antonio Bigfoot. I forget his last name. And then that card's going to be pretty good. Antonio Silva, Bigfoot Silva. And that card's actually going to be not too bad, because then you have Barboza underneath there from Brazil, and his head kicks are knockout right there. He has probably one of the worst knockouts I've ever seen. Like I was saying, spinning back heel kick right on the chin. The guy locks up with his hands right up and just like falls like a piece of wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just stiffen straight up.
Nice.
So,
very nice.
There you go.
All right.
That's what's going on in UFC. It's going to be interesting to see how all this steroid stuff comes out. I know Dana White's working on it right now.
Interesting. All right, then. So we're about to go to break. Just want to throw this interesting Patriot fact out there. Rob Gronkowski actually gets a $250,000 bonus for working out. Tom Brady for working out, 0. Just throwing that out.
0.
There. 0.
That's because he has a
Tom,
concave
You don't
chest.
need to work out, Tom. Like Rob needed, like Gronk has to work out. Yeah, we have to pay you a $250,000 just to work out. Guy's probably working out right now.
They should pay him a $250,000 not to work out.
Yeah, right. You're too big. All right, so let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be back.
Would you like to own a thriving business and help employ local veterans? The Vetraplex Handyman Construction and Landscape business is the opportunity you've been waiting for. The Vetraplex is your gateway to an affordable startup business with 0% financing for qualifying owners. By owning a Vetraplex franchise, you will be hiring veterans, providing them both income and opportunity, while at the same time providing your customers a way to say, thank you for your service to our nation's veterans. For more information, visit vetraplex.org. Again, that's vetraplex.org, or call 928-284-2022.
Breaker 19. How about that bandit you got them ears on, son?
Have you ever wanted to be a truck driver? If so, pay attention. If not, pay attention anyway. Southwest Truck Driver Training offers everything you need to get started. You can get hired before you begin training. They've got GI Bill approved training facilities, day, night, or weekend programs to fit your busy schedule. And if you have any questions, no sweat. They've got veteran supportive campuses with veterans on staff to serve you. And on top of that, they have lifetime job placement assistance. Put the pedal to the metal. Call Southwest Truck Driver Training today.
Everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in their life. I'm no different. Hey, everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help, so I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Capstrom Law Firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients throughout the state in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years practicing law, Tom Capstrom understands both law and court procedures and how stressful they can be. Let Tom Capstrom Law Firm and his dedicated staff take the stress and worry out of a difficult situation by calling him today. We feel so strong about the work that Tom and his staff are doing that he'll be a monthly guest on the show. Tom is a veteran and a listener, for God's sake, so you know the guy is solid and will fight for you. Give Tom a call today by calling 417-864-0552 or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On sent you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
or someone you know is looking for a new job or career, you need to visit the pros. National Career Fairs at ncfairs.com. National Career Fairs hosts over 300 career fairs a year nationwide. The events are free and give you the perfect chance to meet some of the top employers in your area face to face. To find the nearest career fair to you, visit ncfairs.com. Again, that's ncfairs.com. What are you waiting for?
Body trying to fatten their pocket, so many hustle for the cash, so it's hard to knock it. Everybody got their own thing, currency chasing. Worldwide through the hard times, worrying faces. Shed tears as we bury brothers close to heart. What was a friend, now a ghost in the dark. Hard part about it, brother got smoked by a fiend. Trying to floss on him, blind to a broken man's dream. A hard lesson, court cases keep him guessing. Plea bargain ain't an option now, so I'm stressing.
What kind of music was that? I didn't understand it. All I heard was gunshots the entire time.
It was hip hop.
Didn't you say something to me last week about playing too much rock?
No, I thought it was a good song.
Well, we're going to talk about the Clippers to live and die in LA.
To live and die. Look, this whole Paul thing, it shouldn't even be news.
No, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't be news. The only reason why it's news is because it happened against a female ref.
No, because of ESPN. They're making it a big deal.
But hence the word news. Has to come from somewhere. But that's why it's news, because it's a female ref.
And for maybe any of those that don't actually know, Chris Paul was fined $25,000 for a comment he made after the game about a technical he received from a rookie official.
A rookie official. That's what he said. Let me see if I can get the quote here real quick.
I have the sound.
Do you have sound? Okay, let's do it.
Let's take a listen.
The text that I got right there was ridiculous. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what she say. That's terrible. There's no way that can be a tech. We try to get the ball out fast every time down the court. And when we did that, she said, and I said, why, and she gave me a tech. Okay. That's ridiculous. If that's the case, then this might not be for her.
All right, then. So,
Now, again, I don't know if there's other cameras or there's other footage that, because they have like this little microphone. So, I mean, that's all that we heard, because I don't think that I've heard any clip where they can actually listen to what he was saying on the court. So this basically, we're kind of saying that's what he's saying that he said. Whether there was something else in between it, we don't know.
So as of that, he shouldn't be fine.
But have you seen the actual footage of when it happened?
Yeah.
I don't think there could have been very much time for him to have gotten anything more than a sentence out. So that's why,
well, I could say a lot of things in about 4 words.
Right.
That would be inappropriate to say to anybody.
Try me.
Well, the thing with me is they're making a big deal because it's a female ref.
I've heard that.
She's a rookie ref, right? And what he said to me, how do you identify her without saying she or her? It? Well, that's not appropriate either.
The ref.
So the Spurs assistant coach, Becky Hammond, who is the first female assistant coach, she said it's not a big deal. To me, the way it sounds is he's criticizing her experience as opposed to that she's a female. And there were 5 technical fouls on the Clippers yesterday, which is excessive. That's a lot of technical fouls in one game.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah. We're not talking about the fact that there was 5 technicals. Yeah, we're talking about one in particular that was just based off a comment.
Yeah, and I think the thing in basketball, you get a reputation, and you get a team. As a team, if you get a reputation of whining a lot to refs or getting a lot of technicals, then you're going to get more technicals. It's just the way it is. Look at the Suns; they're in the same situation right now, where Hornacek's benching anyone that gets a technical. You're sitting there bench the rest of the game, because they don't want that reputation. And I think in this case, you have a lot of media outlets, the big 4 letters specifically, who's trying to make it a sexist thing, when I just think he's criticizing the experience of the ref.
$25,000 though, I think that's a little excessive.
No, because the NBA has always been criticizing the officials. If he said that about any ref, it would be the same fine. That's just the way they are. They've always been that way.
That's true. But the fact, if it went down the way he said it did, then he shouldn't have got attacked.
Yeah. And the ones on Matt Barnes, the guy's a walking technical foul, so I'm not surprised he got 2 of them thrown out. He always does.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. That's that.
Yep.
I think they pretty much killed that issue. What I do want to talk about is the fact that it's commonly said that the East, and it's true, the East is weaker than the West for the most part.